So in this video, we're going to cover the best times page, which the purpose of it should be self-explanatory, but we wanted to go over the features on it. You have several ways to get to it. You can use the swimmer drop-down. So you click on the best times page. If you navigate from if you're on the swimmer's page, you can click through on it through the best times button, view all best times. The other option for your top swimmer, so in this case our daughter is our top swimmer, Katie Crone, is from any page. You can click on the icon up here and it will immediately go to that swimmer's best times page. So this is the best times page. It's broken out between short and long course, and if you want to prioritize, so if you want to change it to long course season, you just go to setup, change that to long course, and when you go back it'll have long course above short course. But because this is short course season, we're going to switch back. So on here, the first column is let me set that back to default. The first column is the events, list of events, which are all buttons. So you can click on any of those and it'll go to the your swimmer's event history, complete event history for that, broken out by age, and has the rankings and everything on here. We'll cover that in a later video. Then you have the best times column, which is not by season, but this is their lifetime best time, their USA time standards. This next column is a graphical representation of the progress, which is magnified. This one, it will either be by 5 or 10 times, but it gives you a better visualization because if you look at just the percentage needed here for her, everything would be within 4%, 4 or 5%, and visually, you wouldn't be able to distinguish it. So when you have selected by next cut, it multiplies it by 10. And one thing you can do is any of these can be clicked on and it'll show a pop-up. It will show all the time standards we have and the drop needed in seconds, and it'll show the ones that she's already achieved the time standard for. So you can go to any of these. It will also put the AGS cut in there if they're in that age group. The next column is the drop needed, and you have the option of displaying by percentage or by time. Time is going to be in seconds, and you can just easily switch back and forth. The next column is the AGS qualifying if they're in that age group, and I can show you an example of swimmer. So in Texas we have obviously qualifying times, but we also have bonus cuts, and if they have a bonus cut but not the qualifying time, it'll show a B. If they have the qualifying time, it will show a Q. So visually you can easily see the qualifications. This last column will either show the number of days since last best time or days since the last swim. Right now this is showing since last best date, and if you click the slider it will switch between the two. You can also click on any of these, so you can see the event. It's a 50 free short course, has a number of times your swimmer swam it. So in this case my daughter swam it 32 times, and these are her last 5 swims, not best swims but swims. So you have the time, the date, and the number of days since those swims. And like for the 1650, she's only swam it twice, so it will only show those 2 in there. So but you can, however you want to whichever information you want to display. So Up at the top, you have a team link, so you can immediately go to the team roster. We'll cover that in another video, but you can, it's a convenience feature. So one of the options here is to display based on next age up. So my daughter's 12. If I want to see what her time standards will be, what cuts she'll have as a 13, 14-year-old, just click on that and immediately changes the time standards, the progression. It will change, her AGS qualification, PowerPoints on it. Just with the click of a button, you can see what it's going to look like as in the next age group. And again, here there is no time standards for the 50 back, breast, and fly, or the 100 IM. So all of those will be reflected based on that. So also the pop-ups will reflect that. So if you click, all the age group standards will change based on if you're showing based on next age up. One of the things with the new USA Motivational Time Standards is, depending on your LSC, you may not be implementing them yet. So we gave you the option of seeing, picking which. North Texas isn't going to use the new time standards until the long course. So we need to see what her time standards are, previous time standards. So if it's a BBN below meet, we're using the old time standard, so we can easily see that. This is only active on the best times page. So now the default view for what cut you want to see is the next cut. So you can see, there's different cuts, BB, B, AA on here, and what the next cut will be is showing here. But let's say we're going in the end of season, and we want to see what her tags cuts will be, or where she's at. So you can select that, and all these events will display based on the tags cut. And if there is no tag standards, like the 1000 and 1650, there won't be a progression bar there. It'll still show what her USA time standard is, but this column will show the progression and either the time or percent. And you can use this next drop down in combination. So if you want to do closest to next cut, when you have a cut selected, the next cut will be that cut selected, but now it will put it in order. So she is closest to her tags cut in the 50 breast by percentage, between 100 and the 50 breast. So it can help you decide what event to choose on that. It's you want to do we have a North Texas A-Champs. So if they've achieved the time, it will show that the time standard and achieved on there, so you can easily see what they have. Again, you can do anything. If you're doing, if your swimmer's focused on futures, you can select futures and see what the progression is just for future cuts. So it's a very useful tool. So that's basically the best times page. I know we navigated to teams in the event history for the swimmer, and we'll be covering those in later videos. But hopefully this gives you a really good overview of the features of our best times page. Thanks for watching.